Good morning, Sergeant Montgomery. It's afternoon there, right?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon from Italy. How are you doing?
Doing great. So really quickly, would you just introduce yourself and say what you do in the squadron?
So my name is Devon Montgomery. I'm the in-service recruiter at Aviano Air Base, and this office covers all Palace Front, Palace Chase separatees for Italy, Incirlik, and Turkey.
So we've been hearing a lot about Italy in the news lately. Can you tell us a little bit about what it's like to be over there?
Yeah, so all the strange restrictions that you might see the Italian government putting out are definitely flowing over to, all the service members that are stationed over here. So we're having to follow suit with all the restrictions as far as self-quarantining, isolation, restrictions on travel and movement, limitations on where we can go, what requirements have to be met anytime we go somewhere. So it's being isolated, not a whole lot to do. Gyms are closed. Grocery stores are pretty much the only thing open on base. Food court is closed. BX is closed. Barbershops are closed. So a lot of time indoors.
So how has that changed the way that you do business? Like, can you describe how that has impacted your recruiting efforts?
Certainly. So there's obviously one of the main things that's impacted us is the restrictions on meeting face to face with applicants here in the office, and just trying to get creative with different ways of doing things. Previously an applicant could stop by, do a walk-in, or schedule a meeting to meet face to face. But now we're having to get creative on different ways of doing business for sure.
So I learned that you have put together a product that some of your fellow ISRs could use that might help them in that regard. Can you tell me a little bit about what you've put together and how it's a change and how it will help them?
Absolutely. So on, just going along with all the, brainstorming different ideas, I looked at the service statements or the Air Force, the 1288 continuation statements that we have to complete with everyone. And, of course, you can just print it to a PDF and add digital signatures. But I wanted to get a little creative and make it a little bit easier to use depending on the scenario of the applicant, as far as if they need a bonus statement, if they're cross-training and need the seasoning training statement on the prior service statement sheet. So I just found a way to use PDF to where the recruiter can just populate those on the same form without having to print it out and then modify it, add digital signatures to have applicants digitally sign remotely and stuff. So hopefully trying to make it to where just the one form can be used in any given circumstance, and the recruiter can turn different statements on and off as they need.
Wonderful. How are you getting the information to the applicant, and how is the applicant getting all of that information back to you?
Of course. So obviously, like I mentioned, the meeting face-to-face is out of the question right now with everything that's going on. So applicants may be quarantined just like we are, may not have access to printers, scanners from their office location if they're stuck at home, to be able to print things out, sign things in pen. But perhaps they have access to their webmail. If they have a CAC reader on their personal laptop, they can use their ID card to just sign the form. So just coordinating everything by email, either using the AMRDEC site to send things to them if they don't have access to their government email from home. But hopefully they have access to a CAC reader if they can do it. So it's just, it's not meant to solve all problems, but it's just meant to, give another option out there just in case, it works for somebody. Maybe it works better for the applicant or the recruiter.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing that work that you've done, and we'll make sure that it gets out to the other ISRs in the squadron. And we just really appreciate, those efforts on your part. And we want you to stay safe. We want your family to stay safe. We want you to stay healthy. And we look forward to the time when you can come out of quarantine and do your work as you have in the past. And I know you were looking forward to a PCS move. And so.
Yes, ma'am.
Wish you the very best. So stay in touch and be safe, okay?
Thanks very much. Yes, ma'am.